Not since the opening of Ozark have I been grabbed in the beginning. Kale is facing the wall, playing the piano, and Dinda is sitting facing in the other direction. The first watch, I thought she turned to admire his playing, but it was her turning to say, "Let's break up." Alright, it's not the beginning of Cliffhanger, but it got me. Although advertised as romantic, even though there is romance, I would have to put the film in my own group of relationship because it deals with a plethora of relationship issues, one of which is physical abuse. If you have been in a physically abusive relationship, thankfully you only have to experience that for the first 10 minutes of the film. Maybe you have a friend in an abusive relationship and you can watch it with them, a way to say something without saying it. With that said, disclaimer, it is presently only in English subtitles while spoken in Indonesian. The story jumps back and forth between the past and the breakup, giving context to the breakup with the romance between Dinda and Kale starting as Dinda leaves the physically abusive relationship. I felt bad for Kale. He is a romantic and he wants to give his all to one woman. He wants to be someone's everything, and that someone is Dinda. Eventually, while Kale is trying to persuade Dinda to stay, she states she cheated on him, but Kale eventually states he will live with it and wants her to stay. I won't spoil everything, but you see Kale emotionally break with heartache, and Dinda wholeheartedly becomes the villain for me. It was not until they flashed back to an episode of jealousy that I could sympathize with Dinda. Without spoiling it, I will say, in all honesty, Kale had good reason to be suspicious, at least for the scene that it is shown. But this is a relationship around a year and a half. I mean, I gotta say something. Even if she wasn't in a relationship with Kale, or anyone, you would not meet a physically abusive ex-boyfriend in a closed space. It was wrong. Regardless, you see why Dinda is not the villain when Kale almost hits her. The anger was one thing, and afterward he acts pathetic, apologizing for his outburst. So in addition to signs of possible future physical abuse, he acts pathetic to the point where I would expect a woman to find him less than a man. At least I did. I have heard the physical abuse stories where the man harms the woman and then he acts like an apologetic infant saying he will change, and the woman thinks she can fix him like he's Humpty Dumpty or something. I don't know. Either way you see it, the male is emotionally not mature enough to be with a woman.